I recently asked on my Instagram what you guys wanted to see more content of, and someone had the amazing idea to do a little bit about me, get to know me questions, and I've never done this before, so I thought it might be fun. How many dresses do I own? Oh my god, okay, let's go count. This is the overflow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is my wedding dress, so 13, I guess. And then over here in this corner is where I keep all the dresses you see in like my primary videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 25 dresses. Please keep in mind, I'm only referring to my occasion dresses, like my everyday sundresses. Oh my gosh, I have so many of those also. Those are just in my other closet. What is my favorite Spotify playlist? I love listening to sad music. I think it's called just like Sad Day. Hold on. Sad Hour. It's called Sad Hour. Depressing. But I really love heart-wrenching. Like when I listen to music, I just want to be put in a mood. So Sad Hour is a good one for me. Do I have another job? So I actually used to be a technical recruiter at Amazon, and I was unfortunately part of the layoffs that happened last April, and I have not gotten another job since. I have applied and I've interviewed, but like it's just a really tough time to be a recruiter. And my husband and I recently talked, and I am making a go at being a full-time content creator. I'm not making any money quite yet, but I'm really hoping that by the end of Q1, I might be making enough money that I can justify pursuing this and not needing to go back to a traditional job. What motivates you to keep creating? That's a great question. I definitely have days where I'm not motivated to create, and honestly, you just kind of push through that. If you've ever seen my content and you're like, this one's not that great, it's because I just haven't been motivated. Like there's not much firing up here, but I feel like putting content out, even if it's not your best, is still really important. But what motivates me is like wanting this to be a full-time gig. I honestly really enjoy creating. I think it's really fun to like edit and cut videos and, you know, match it up to music, and I really enjoy the creative process. I actually used to do wedding videography, and I feel like this kind of scratches my creative itch, but in a more fun, personal way. So yeah, I mean, there are days I need motivation, but like on average, I want to do this. How did Tyler and I meet? Okay, so if you don't know, I've been married for 6 years. My husband and I have been together for 10 years, which is insane. Literally this week, 10 years ago is when we met. We met at a really shitty college bar. It was like an 18 and up situation, and it was so dirty and grimy. If you're from Atlanta, it's Flip Flops, which is no longer around, but I was dancing with one of his fraternity brothers who was a really good friend of mine and had not come out yet, so it wasn't public knowledge that he was gay. So I was dancing with him, we were having a good time, and Tyler was with his friends and basically asked them like, do you think Dave would mind if I go and swoop in and ask that girl to dance? And he did, and that was it. The rest was history. What's something I want to accomplish in 2024? It's honestly this, like turning this into a full-time gig. That would be such a dream to me. What was it like when you first met Evie and Coda? My babies. Evie we actually got from a breeder. We did try and find corgis from rescues, but we lived in Seattle in an apartment, and a lot of rescues won't actually let you have a dog unless you have a yard. So we went to a breeder. We actually got really lucky. I had reached out. This breeder had like the longest wait list, but people didn't want fluffy corgis because you can't show them. And I was like, what's a fluffy corgi? Looked it up, and I was like, that is the only kind of corgi I want. So we got really lucky that Evie ended up being a fluffy and was available pretty soon. And then Coda, we got Coda off Craigslist in Alabama, and it was actually a really sad situation. Like, we jokingly say we rescued Coda, but truly I think we did, because he was just in a really bad house situation. Like, you can tell this person was just breeding huskies, not in the best way. And like when we showed up, Coda was the last one. Coda was the last dog in his litter, and he was so shy, like terrified of people. He would just like hide under a chair, didn't want to come out. We literally, like, I remember turning to Tyler and I was like, we cannot adopt this dog. Like, this is going to be such a problem dog. We don't want this dog. Because Coda was also our first dog. And Tyler and I went outside, talked, and we were like, yeah, we're not going to take this dog. And then Tyler walks back in this house and he's like, we'll take him. So that's how we ended up with Coda. But honestly, Coda is the best. Like, he has completely come out of his shell. He's just like such a sweet, sweet boy. I love that baby. What Taylor Swift lyrics resonate the most with me at the moment? I feel like the era of Taylor Swift really depends on the day. So it's probably Dear Reader, which is off Midnights, and a lot of people don't know the song, but there's this lyric: Dear Reader, you don't have to answer just because they asked you. Dear Reader, the greatest of luxuries is your secret. Dear Reader, when you aim at the devil, make sure you don't miss. Never take advice from someone who's falling apart. I feel like every time I hear that song and those lyrics, it hits straight to the soul. I also have been a bit in my feels lately, and I've been playing Labyrinth, which is just devastating, but also great lyrics. Do I have any piercings? I only have my ears pierced. I have at times had like cartilage piercings and multiple piercings on my ears, but for now I just have normal ear piercings. I have thought about getting other piercings, and then ultimately I'm like, no. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? I wish I was more patient. I think I am lacking in that particular area, so I guess, yeah, I wish I was more patient. What is your favorite thing about yourself? I love that I get an idea and execute immediately. Like, when I built my bookshelf downstairs, literally Tyler and I were walking our dogs, and he was like, wouldn't it be cool if we had like floor-to-ceiling bookshelves? And I was like, okay. And literally the next day I went to IKEA, picked out the bookshelves, and like started designing it, having never done DIY before. So I think in that sense I'm really good at, like, I have an idea and I'm just gonna do it, and hopefully it works, and if not, like, what's the harm? So I definitely like that feature. I like that about myself. But if you mean physically, I really like my legs. I come from a very tall, slender family, and so I am very grateful to have my mom's legs. They just, I mean, they're long, which is, I like, so thanks, Mom. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Oh God, I don't know, man. I think about this all the time and it stresses me out. Maybe with kids, probably with kids, but I have to be honest and say, like, in this moment right now, I am not ready for kids, not feeling kids, so, but I have to imagine in 5 years' time that might change. Is there anything you wish would come back in fashion? Ooh. I mean, can I say, like, ball gowns? I wish we could all just run around in gowns all the time. Like, sounds pretty fun to me. What was the first book that changed your life? Ooh. I can't remember how old I was. I think I was in middle school. I read Redeeming Love, which, if you don't know, is like a Christian romance retelling of a biblical story. And I remember I was on vacation with a friend, started reading this book, and like, I pretended to be sick so I could stay home from dinner and read the book. And that was truly when I was like, oh, I am a romance fiend. I eat this shit up. So that was probably the first one that really, like, changed the trajectory of my life. What is your favorite book? ACOTAR. I know that's probably like such a basic answer, but truly that's the book series that made me just like fire up for reading, so yeah. What is your favorite movie? Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, I could watch that any day. Like, anytime someone's like, should we watch it? I'm there. And my second answer is The Holiday. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? I have lived quite a few places. So I was born in New York, grew up in Philadelphia, moved to Atlanta when I was in 5th grade, and then after college I lived in Seattle, and now we're back in Atlanta. I would probably say like Ireland. I really love the Irish landscape. I think it's just like so peaceful, beautiful. I think I could be really happy in Ireland. Thank you to every single person who submitted a question and is making this channel happen. Truly, I would not be doing this if I didn't have you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in and commenting and liking my stuff, and honestly just wanting to watch whatever I'm putting out there, which is crazy to me. I cannot believe I have people who want to tune into my life. So I am eternally grateful. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.